Hello everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things unboxing. Yay. So let's just do it and we'll talk about it. Okay, I'm so excited. So first things first, I decided to order a bottle of the Tex-Mex fountain pen ink. This one is Colorverse and it was like the USA series. I have really liked this ink a lot, and it's similar to Venta Laguna, I found. Venta seemed to dry a little darker, almost on the maroon side, where this was kind of like the packaging here, more of a deep red. So it's a cute little bottle, isn't it? And this was on sale at Vanness. It was $1 off for the bottle. So I'm kind of glad it's not super huge. I love my fountain pen inks and I really enjoy getting them in a nice bottle, but I don't want to have tons and tons because it's a lot to work through. And this is pretty cute, isn't it? The packaging. And I just noticed this little sticker sheet thing is in the package, so I guess if you wanted to put it on the top, you could, or if you wanted to put it on a sample vial or use it somehow in an ink swatching book. But that was pretty cute. A lot of little detail on there. I like that a lot. All about the experience sometimes, isn't it? So I have a custom pen coming, not for quite a while yet, probably in October, from Tailored Pen Company, which I will talk about more later. But I wanted to kind of prepare a little sampling of some inks that I might want to use with that when it gets here in a shade that I don't already have. I do have some inks that would fit in the turquoise category, but it seems to me when I look at my swatches or how it shows up on paper, they are more of a blue leaning turquoise. So I looked at Vanness's site and was trying to find something a little more green leaning on the turquoise. So I picked this one. This is, looking at my notes, it's called Artisan Pastelier Classique Turquoise. A French company, and I'm eager to try it. In the reviews, people didn't say really so much, was it a wet flow or a dry flow, but they did say it flowed well. And for me, that's kind of an important factor. As you may know, if you've watched my channel for a while, I do kind of like a wetter ink and a juicier nib. And then this Diatramentis Sepia was also on sale. I'm always drawn to sales. And anyway, it's maybe not exactly a color I would just pick out, but because it was on sale and because it has a wet flow and because I like my other Diatramentis ink quality so much, I thought I would give this a whirl. And it seemed like a really good color for upcoming fall. I have some other colors I like for the fall, but this is kind of like a neutral brown, it looked like. Just like a crispy leaf that's been sitting around for a while. Some of those that you see, it kind of had that look to it. Just maybe a muted tone. Maybe we can do a swatching later. I'll see how long this video goes. And then Fog Gray I had to try because I have a very famous piece of artwork here. It cost me $1 million to purchase this. It was worth it for sure. I just love that tone of blue. Wondering if it's very similar to my Noodler's 54th Massachusetts, or if it's just a lighter version that's lighter, similar version to Ackerman's Deepwater Blue, which I am a huge fan of. But I do like these grays. I do like the bluish undertone. Also was described as being a wet flow ink. And then this Galen leather pencil case, smaller than what I typically, but I thought, talked myself into it, but I know it'll be something I really enjoy, is a little bit smaller one. This is the 3-pen zip case coming in the cute cloth bag. I kind of like this brassy zipper. Anyway, 3 pen case would be good for traveling. I have a trip coming up, just an extended weekend to celebrate my anniversary with my husband. Many moons we have been married. And I thought, okay, it'd be really fun to have just something smaller, a little less bulky to travel with that would keep the pens super safe. I have some other nice pen cases, but I wanted something maybe that cushioned them a little bit. And I like this. This is the distressed leather. I like a rugged look and a look that shows a story or the feel of a little bit of history to it. So if this is coming up, it's called Terra Cotta, and it's, let me see if there's anything else in the notes, just the zippered 3-slot pen case, Crazy Horse Terra Cotta. So it's just like my other pen cases, the Crazy Horse, but in a different color. So you see some darker brown here, and then the lighter terracotta color. Makes me think quite a bit of a recent ink that I sampled that was called Nutmeg. I think it was Monteverde, but I'm not sure off the top of my head. So the inside is, what would you call that color? Almost like a mauve. I like a lot this thick elastic that Galen uses. Let's try a couple pens in that and see. I think really when the pens are in there that this tone here on the background is actually going to be pretty nice because the pens are going to look really pretty in it. Pens will be highlighted because it's kind of a subtle color. I like that. These are pretty big pens, especially the Leonardo, so it looks like it will accommodate those quite well. Let's see how it zips up. Very cool. I like that compact feel quite a bit. Really like the idea of this for traveling, or maybe even putting in my purse or tote bag, you know, more of an everyday carry type thing. Zipper seems to work well. It does say YKK there. So it is a really good brand of zipper. I was hoping that they didn't change that, and they didn't. So that's good to know. And it is a smaller zipper than the larger pouches. The teeth, I think you call these, are larger on the larger pen case and appropriately smaller for a smaller case. I am just really pumped about this nice little easy to carry case. Okay, I will be back with the ink swatches. Okay, here we are with the swatching. This is what the colors look like. I've added 2 more blues to my swatching because I wanted to compare the Fog Gray with Noodler's 54th Massachusetts and Ackerman's Deepwater Blue. Those are not new inks. These are the new ones. And I really think across the board, they're very striking colors. The turquoise by L'Artisan Pastelier seems a little more maybe green toned with the yellowish paper underneath, and these brighter papers, it seems very consistent, maybe just a little more of a pop there on this one. This is Regalia. This is Aerofil. This is the Midori. This is Cosmo Air Light, and the one underneath here is the new one that I'm exploring a little further, the B7 Natural from PaperPenguinCo that you can get now. But I'm very happy with all 3 of these samples. This brown is nice and rich. It came out of the pens, or the pen when I finally put it in my Franklin Christoph. It was a real gushy flow. I think that's going to be a really, really nice ink. It was really pretty on all these. And I think the Fog Gray is just a lovely dusky blue. I think it looks really nice. It does remind me a lot in the writing of Deepwater Blue, or even the writing I get in a normal inked pen of Noodler's 54th Massachusetts. liking it a lot. Don't know that I would buy a bottle right now because it is similar to those other two, but when they run out, I think that I would really like this. I will play around with it, try it in my pen for a while and see. Anyway, that's the summary. That's the swatching. Let me know what you think of these colors. Do you have any? If so, which inks do you use in what pens? What is your favorite combination with these colors and pens? Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye. Hi, I needed to pop in here and correct an error. I actually have two Cosmo Air lights in the previous part of the video. The last one that I say is the B7 Natural is a second Cosmo Air light. Paper I got mixed up on my wide notebook, so I did a quick swatching of the three inks and also with writing in the pens in which they are now placed, and I wanted to show you what the B7 Natural paper looks like. So here I'm actually seeing a more subdued blue, a softer blue that reminds me of the octopus that my friend Donna made me. It was this gray, if you remember, and this is looking a lot more, it still looks blue to me, but I can see where they get the fog gray. I guess I would still call it fog blue, but it's very nice. The writing is more gray leaning perhaps with the blue undertone. To me, this still looks more blue. And then this Diatramentus Sepia is in my Franklin Christoph, and in the writing, I'm actually picking up on a sheen or shimmer. Hard to say. It's reminding me a little bit of the Diamine Holiday Spice, or Winter Spice, I guess it's called. There's like a purple or blue bit here in some of the letters that's really very pretty. And then the L'Artisan Pastellier Classique Turquoise. Turquoise. This looks really neat on this paper. I'm getting some shading in the printing, which is a aspect of ink I really like. I know Diatramentus inks don't shade a whole lot, but man, they're good wet inks so far for me anyway. This is kind of fun. Don't know if it's showing through for you, but quite lovely. And yeah, this is, I think, a little more blue leaning still than green. I know through the camera here it's looking much more blue. It's not quite as blue in person, but I may have to play around to find just the right turquoise ink that will go with my new pen. But I did want to apologize and correct that. I don't think it is an error that would have been noticed, but I didn't feel right about saying it was B7 when it was Cosmo Air. So it seems like the B7 perhaps has the attribute of softening the colors a little bit. I love the feel of this paper though, and I think it's going to be a great Cosmo Air replacement or substitute. And that's all. Forgive the beeps. I have my daughter, one of my kids, texting me as I'm trying to do this. So there's a correction. Sorry for any problem, if it was any, but just wanted to be straightforward about this. And this is actually the B7 Natural. Thank you. See you again later. Bye.